Have you ever heard about iconic places like the Dubai Gate Tower, the Eiffel Tower, the Dahomey Statue of Benin, or the Monuments of Independence in Togo? These are all monumental structures, towers, buildings, and tourist attractions. People travel from around the globe and spend significant amounts just to visit such places.
My name is Yemificent. I come from Burkina Faso. I'm here at Cotonou to see a lot of things.
And besides this just boosting the tourism sector, this landmark also creates job opportunities, strengthen local economies, contribute to infrastructural development, and aid in preserving natural environment and cultural heritage. This in turn can help alleviate poverty and reduce inequality.
As a Nigerian, how are you coping with the exchange rates and all?
It is too bad.
They said you like 50,000 naira from Nigeria. What's?
I still fight it, man. 7,500.
One thing I've observed in other countries is their dedication to preserving their historical sites, monuments, and buildings, especially through investing in infrastructure. Nigeria is blessed with an abundance of land, structures, and heritage. However, what seems less common is a culture of preservation and maintenance of projects and project funds. In this video, I'll delve deeper into how blessed we are as a nation if we only pay more attention to what we have. According to the Nigeria Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers in 2021, there are over 50,000 abandoned buildings belonging to the federal, states, and local government, valued at 9.5 trillion. This lie wasted in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, and other locations across the country. Now, let's focus on one particular significant structure, the old Secretariat building in Ikoyi. This structure right here has been standing close to 30 years. That once served as a thriving office space for government businesses in Lagos State. But over the years, neglect has stripped it of its former glory. Despite being overgrown and taken over by nature, it was later put up for sale by the Olusegun Obasanjo administration, which saw International Limited place the bid for it with the sole goal of transforming it into luxury residential units in order to assist and to bridge the gap between housing and inexpensive accommodation in Lagos, particularly for those staying on the outskirts of the city. Which showed International Limited paid 7 billion for the property in 2005, and then the Lagos State government joined in with the argument that the complex ought to have been sold to it, not anybody else, despite having all the time to participate in the bid process.
It is estimated by the Federal Mortgage Housing Bank of Nigeria that there's a housing deficit of 22 million homes across the country. In 2019, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Housing visited Nigeria to assess the crisis. Her report concluded that poverty is acute, inequality is increasing, and housing conditions remain grossly inadequate for millions of Nigerians.
According to recent research, Nigeria has lost over 88 billion naira in the last 27 years due to the abandonment of the old Federal Secretariat complex in Ikoyi. The estimate was based on the idea to convert the entire complex into 480 units of residential flat, as well as the assumption of a base rate of 5 million naira per year in 1995 and a 10% rate escalation every 4 years. I attribute the long-term abandonment of this building on corruption, a lack of innovation and accountability.
We used to have building bylaws, and you have to say that in many areas of Lagos, those building bylaws have been totally ignored.
Number 2 on my list is the old defense building.
This building was actually commissioned by the British government as a goodwill to celebrate Nigeria's independence.
This gigantic building was once a beacon of power and prestige. It was designed by an architect named Augustine Ebo, who was the director of buildings back then. According to him, this building is built of reinforced concrete and has housed major corporations. It was completed in 1961 as a gift from the British government under the ethos of an independent Nigeria. This 24-story edifice overlooks what was known in the colonial times as the race course. The tower itself consists of 19 floors with open plan offices, one penthouse floor, and a motor room. In 1993, portions of this building were set ablaze whilst occupied by the Ministry of Defense. Current researches reveals that there were some fairly recent attempts to revamp the edifice by Capao de la Bato, which is a building and construction company, and have worked on the building since the fire from time to time for perhaps 25 years. Independence House is still one of the tallest buildings in Lagos and is one of the first high-rise buildings in Lagos. The building was built on over 14.5 hectares of land and is over 103 meters tall. It symbolizes our freedom from colonial rule. Its current state serves as a foreboding of the consequences of an unutilized independence. It's heartbreaking to see such a beautiful piece of our heritage fall into ruin.
So throw into Nigeria. Amesimaka. That's what Odebami, and it's in the net. It is Sheku got it.
Nigeria won its first championship, beating Algeria in the final 3-0 at the National Stadium.
The main bowl. This has been the most successful match Nigeria has played in all this series. Yes, that's it. That is the president of the nation shaking the rattler. It's a really hysterical moment out there at the National Stadium.
The Lagos National Stadium, located in Surulere, Lagos State, Nigeria, is a versatile sport facility, boasting an Olympic-sized swimming arena and a multipurpose arena. It has historically hosted various sporting events such as athletics, basketball, volleyball, table tennis, wrestling, and boxing matches. It was originally constructed in 1972, inaugurated by Alhaji Yakubu Gowon.
My honor and privilege, on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria, to welcome you all to Nigeria and to the second All Africa Games.
This stadium was accommodated up to 55,000 spectators, but underway capacity reduction to 45,000 in 1999. It also served as the primary venue for the 1973 All-African Games. Efforts to refurbish the stadium have been hampered by challenges such as lack of maintenance culture, inadequate funding, corruption, and poor execution of maintenance work. Recognizing the potential for revitalization, stakeholders have proposed various strategies, including engaging private investors and diversifying programming to attract a broader audience beyond sport events.
If the minister is coming and we're talking about concession and all of those things, you look at it and said, okay, the number one thing is if it's about to develop sports and to take sports to the right place, we now look at all of those things that is behind the concession and we'll see if it's going to promote sports. Then it becomes a welcome idea.
The promise of restoration has been marred by delays and unfulfilled commitments, leaving the stadium in a deplorable state. Transforming this abandoned stadium into a vibrant community hub requires careful planning, strategic investment, and active community engagement. By addressing these challenges and leveraging the stadium's heritage, I think it can be restored to its former glory, fostering economic growth and national pride. We rely too heavily on oil money to fund our annual budget, and we see little point in leveraging our real estate and tourism. Our leaders do not see these properties, which are now eyesore, as natural embarrassment and giving Nigeria a negative image. These abandoned buildings could be put to lucrative use by remodeling and converting them into residential properties, tourist attractions, or to be sold to interested individual homeowners via mortgages. The government won't just earn cash while also creating job opportunities for the people. It will also alleviate traffic congestion because many individuals will opt to show into their separate offices from their homes, as they are now living extremely close to their dwellings. Nigeria is blessed, and it's very disheartening to see friends and family leaving the country due to mismanagement of resources. It's high time we prioritize preserving and repurposing our abandoned assets for economic prosperity and national pride. If you're new on this channel, I'd kindly like you to subscribe and like this video so as to reach more audiences and to build a community. We make videos about lifestyle, real estate and tourism, uncovering hidden gems in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Till the next video, I'll see you later. Keep winning.